When you first heard the word investing, maybe it felt out of reach. Maybe like something only certain people did. People who had it all together. People with extra money. People who knew the game. But I want you to stop for a second. And I want you to really think about what you've already done. You've already started investing. You've already started pumping that dollar into 15 different stocks. Because that's the plan you chose to start with. Because you see the value in it. And if you're observing and watching, you're seeing those stocks go up and down your list of 15. And if you've invested that dollar more than once, you're starting to see the one that's starting to get you some. And maybe you've even starting to get that dividend ding that says, hey, Ford's sending you a couple pennies. Coca-Cola's sending you a couple pennies. And you're going, that was free money. I like this. But you're awesome because you started. You didn't wait until it felt easy. You didn't wait until you knew everything. You took that $15 and you spread it across 15 different stocks. That took courage. That took vision. That took quiet strength. And now here you are. The next payday, the next few bucks. We talk about 15. It can be more, it can be less. But I guarantee you, as you start to see the results and the dividends roll in, you'll do everything in your power to put as much in as possible because you'll start seeing the power of it. So I want you to picture those 15 stocks as a garden. You've planted 15 seeds. Some are growing a little faster. Some are growing a little slower. And that's normal with seeds. But here's what I want you to do. Usually on your app, at least my Robinhood app has it listed that I'm using at the current. Has it listing and has a spot where I can list my stocks from the best performing to the worst performing. You have like 10, you have like 6, 7, 8 options, and you pick that one. I want you to look at your 15 stocks. And if you've already picked the option, Robinhood will do it for you, and it lists the best performing down to the lowest performing. And I want you to find the one that's doing the worst at the moment for you. That the market has dropped it down in value a little bit. That you saw it at the top. Say, man, this is going to be awesome. Look how good it's doing in the future. I'm just going to keep pumping in that one. Now it's dropped down the bottom. You're like, what's happening with Coca-Cola? What's happening with Apple? What happened to Ford? And I want you to pick the one that's at the bottom of your list. It's technically performing the least at the moment in the market. But we're going to look at it as buying it at a discount or buying it on sale. Because we want to put it in, we want to buy it at its lowest possible rate so that when it grows back up, when we get into the pruning stage of your investments, you'll be pruning off the profits that you made because you bought it real low. And that's what we want to get into. So you look at your 15 stocks, and payday's coming, the extra money's coming, the end of the month's coming. And I want you to put all 15 bucks in that worst performing stock. And I want you to start thinking like that. It may be the same stock for 3 or 4 paydays, 3 or 4 times you invest. But most likely the way the market's moving in the 15, if you stay close to the 15 that we suggested, if it's there more than 3 or 4 times, that's unusual. Because the market moves. And so do those stocks. And you start looking at it, it's like, man, I just put 15 bucks in this over here, and look at it, it's already up here, and I've already made $5 extra off of it. How awesome is that? $5 don't sound like much, but when you're starting with 15, it's awesome. So why does this matter? This is a mindset of a true investor. You want to buy low, sell high. But we're trying to take the guessing game out. We're just going to consistently, steadily go into the market and eventually get you to 35 stocks. We're going to get you into those 15 that you've already chosen. We're going to get you into another 15 in a few months from now, maybe 6 months, that are a little more aggressive. Price is going to go a lot higher and a lot lower, and they're going to give you a little more dividend. And then we're going to get you to the last 5 that are more of a bond, a stock bond, that's going to stay at 4 or 5% interest dividend, but they're going to stay pretty steady. They're not going to move 4 or 5 bucks in price. And that's where we're going to put our safe money as we start growing. There's going to be a certain point where we're going to start putting our dividends into that, because we're going to need to take that money and live off of it in the future. Or we're going to need that money for the boat or the car or the house in the future when we're retiring and we don't want to have to tap into anything. We want to just live off our dividends. Remember, you're not chasing what's already winning. You're tending a part of your portfolio that needs the most, that's on sale, that's at discount. And over time, this balance will strengthen your base 15 so that when it's time for the growth stage, you'll be ready. And eventually, the freedom stage that you're going to live off of what you're planning right today. But for today, I want your focus is simple. Just focus on the lowest performing stock. So take this payday, this extra money, that $15, whatever it is, that more than $15. The number doesn't matter. Just consistently do it. Take your money on your payday, end of the month. Find your worst performing stock in the moment that you have. And I want you to invest in that one. If it's the $15, put all the $15 in it. You'll start to see the ebbs and flow of the market and watch it grow. And keep doing that each and every time you invest from now until forever. We'll get you to 35. But right now you got 15. So keep popping it in that 15. So that we start seeing the way the market moves. We start seeing Ford at the bottom and all of a sudden Ford's at the top on your list. And you start pruning, and we'll talk about pruning off the profits in the future. But keep doing it. You're doing it awesome. We're building something together. And I know it works because it's worked for others. And I know it'll work for you because it's worked for me. See you next time.